Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, I guess you know that overnight 2 drones attacked the Kremlin. Russians are claiming that the drones' intention was to kill their president, Putin. There's footage with the drones, or one drone being blown up on top of the Kremlin's, one of the buildings over there. And Russia is in a very bad mood, in such a bad mood that a lot of voices, and I'm not talking about regular citizens, but people in positions of power, calling for Zelensky's elimination, his plane to be shut down, mass bombardment on Kiev, killing of the decision makers in Kiev, not the decision making locations, including the fact that Russia, the Kremlin issued a statement stating that they have reserved the right of using any weapon they want against any target, anywhere, anytime they see fit. Got that? So they will use anything they want, anywhere they want, anytime and any place. That means we do whatever we want. Now that's bad. Well, this article that I have here is, in the meantime, what a coincidence. When this happened overnight, Zelensky, I will call it, fled to Nordic states. I think he went to Finland or something. And an unannounced visit. I didn't know that. I made a video earlier and I didn't know that he went unannounced. But I said if it was unannounced, he fled so he cannot be, eliminated by the Russians. So he went to the third party, another country, and it's Finland. Went over there so he cannot be targeted in Finland. That was my understanding of why Zelensky would do exactly when the drones attack over there. These guys will fly over there so he cannot be hit in Kiev. And I said, well, even if this trip was planned, let's say a month ago, it doesn't mean that they didn't plan the attack on Moscow for this particular time. You know what I mean? So let's say I want to go to buy groceries tomorrow, and tomorrow when I buy groceries, I already planned something to happen. I say, well, too bad he didn't fly. He didn't fly from the scene or anything. No, he just happened. Now we find out that he's afraid to fly to Germany now. So he went unannounced into the Nordic states summit that nobody knew about, supposedly. And he plans on going to Germany and be there, I think, until the 13th, or be there on the 13th of this month, to be awarded the Charlemagne title, whatever honors. He would be honored with that. Unbelievable, this weasel. But he said he will not do it because he's afraid. I wonder, afraid to be what? Shh. That's what he's afraid. And what I found in this article is the last paragraph, when they inform us that Zelensky's trip to Finland was unannounced. The Americans said we were not informed of any attack on Russia by our partners. One. Second, the Americans say no, the Russians are lying. I don't know why. They probably think it was a false flag operation. I think everybody was kept in the dark, or they're denying, because they know the Russians right now are going to hit whomever they want. So let's go into this article here and read from Ukrainska Pravda, May 3rd, 2023. Zelensky may cancel visit to Germany due to media leak. No, it's not to media leak. And you're going to see how weasels these guys are. So supposedly Zelensky will not go to Germany because now they know that he's going to travel to Germany. But let me read you the first few sentences here so I can make my point even stronger. An information leak on the preparations for President Volodymyr Zelensky's upcoming visit to Germany may call his trip into question. An information leak. Okay. Source: The German media outlet T-Online, referring to sources close to the Ukrainian government as reported by European Pravda. The media outlet states that officials in Kiev are, and I'm quoting, so annoyed by the leak of information from Germany that the person responsible for this are clearly considering the possibility of cancelling Zelensky's visit, end quote. T-Online's sources say the Ukrainian side is, I'm quoting, deeply disappointed that clearly very sensitive information in regards to security was deliberately published by German sources. The media outlet's sources calls it irresponsible and suggests that the leak could call the possible visit by the Ukrainian president into question. So, what these guys are saying is, oh, now, because everybody knows that she's going to travel to Germany, we have to cancel it because of security concerns. Well, I'll tell you why this is BS. We knew when he went to Washington, D.C., didn't we? We knew when he traveled to Brussels. We knew when he traveled to Paris. We knew all these things ahead of time. And nobody was, what changed? I think what changed is the new circumstance where the Russians says, we're going to you up. That's what I think changed right now. I think they're scared shitless that some missiles are going to just hit his plane. And I think that's one of the reasons why they are, we change. It's security concerns. We're not security concerns a month ago, 3 months ago, 7 months ago, now. And now I'm going to read you the last paragraph of this little article that I have, right? We stopped here. Background, tra-la-la. As Bild and Berliner Zeitung reported earlier on Wednesday, the Ukrainian president should arrive in Germany on May 13th at the invitation of Frank-Walter Steinmeier. Like, we don't know. The federal president of the Federal Republic of Germany. On the following day, Zelensky was to be officially received the Chancellor Olaf Scholz. Okay. In preparation, Berlin is organizing a massive police operation with barriers, ID checks, snipers, and explosive sniffing dogs. Why? He's the defender of truth and loving of everybody. So why? He should be all cheered. Remember, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Remember? What's his name? Ronald Reagan? Why is he not doing the same thing? Anyway, now this is the last right here. That. Right here. On Wednesday, today, Zelensky unexpectedly visited Finland to participate in the Nordic Ukrainian Summit of Leaders and a series of bilateral meetings. That's a lie. It's not the Nordic Ukrainian Summit. It was the Nordic Summit. Now, these guys are adding Ukrainian. I covered this in an article, in a video earlier today. It was the Nordic Summit. Now, these guys say Nordic Ukrainian like he was supposed to. Unexpectedly visited Finland. Well, now I think I can infer out of that maybe he went over there so he cannot be blown up in Kiev by the angry Russians. Could that be possible? I don't know. That's a possibility. That's a scenario. And he's not going to travel. He's not going to fly, take off to go to Germany. No more. Now, this guy is not an important person as per se, but if he ordered that or he agreed with that assassination of another president, enemy as he is, he can probably expect that those guys will retaliate. And now probably he's going to end up, I don't know, to Washington, D.C. or something like that, or London. I don't think he's going to go to Israel just now, but I think it's going to be either London, but I don't think the Brits will receive Zelensky over there for the obvious reasons. So I think the Americans will receive them. Americans. These weasels. Weasels with weasels. Blood brothers. So, my friends, this is what I take out of this. This is my thing. I think that those drones were launched by these guys because this guy just flew over there. Unannounced, like, let's go. Unannounced over there. Then he has to fly over there. Now he canceled it. Because he knows, not because of the leak, because these leaks, we knew about them, about Washington, when he went to Washington, we knew about when he went, I said, Brussels, when he went to Paris, we knew all these things. So that's BS. What changed? That changed. I think right now we're not going to hear about Zelensky, we're not going to see him outside anymore. We're going to see him in a bunker and supposedly for 1 second in his office over there, like this, like tough that he is, 5'1" or whatever height he has, 1 meter and 50 centimeters or something like this, a little. Anyway, they used to laugh about Putin and Napoleon that they're short. What about this little... No? No? And by the way, Napoleon was 5'8" or 5'9", but anyway, and by those standards was a tall guy, but the British mocked him and so on. Why? How do I know that? Well, I just read. I didn't listen to weasels. Okay, just do some search on the measurements in those times and you'll see. If you put it in now, it's a different story. Anyway, there it is. I'm not defending Napoleon. I think I just set the record straight for people who might not be aware of that. So, Zelensky, I think, fled, and Zelensky will either be blown up if he doesn't run far away or deep enough, and we'll find out. I don't hope for anything. I just want to see what happens. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.